My parents started me on piano when I was 4 years old. Piano was very important to my family. Both my grandmothers played. Both of them sang in church. My father sang in the Morehouse Glee Club. My mother would sing all around the house. My sister has a beautiful voice. Whistlers. I mean, my father was master whistler, but the energy of music and soul was just in everything that we did. When I started piano at 4 years old, I had a very wonderful teacher, but she was very strict. She was a Russian lady, and she believed that classical music is the only music that a young person should learn. It's the foundation of everything. So I grew up an hour a day without question. That was not an option in our house. My sister and I practiced the piano 1 hour every day, scales, songs, lesson a week, and I did that until I was 16. When my parents allowed me to have a break from classical. When I begged them, please let me just do some jazz, let me do some pop, anything else. And that was when I was able to start getting instruction, because I would sneak it on my own, but I was able to get instruction from other teachers about how to play these other styles. I remember when I was 14, one of the biggest changes that happened for me in my music life. I had been doing musicals and chorus and everything my whole life. I would always play one of the funny leads, or the funny characters with the big dramatic songs in the middle of the show, and Bloody Mary from South Pacific, Katisha from the Mikado. Like those were my fun roles. And the instructor of the jazz band at my high school, Stutz Wimmer, came to me one day and said, "Alex, have you ever considered singing jazz?" And I said, "No, I'm 14. What 14-year-old just wakes up and thinks about singing jazz?" And he said, "Well, I think you should consider it." He said there's a competition called Essentially Ellington, which is run by Wynton Marsalis and the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra up in New York. He said it's a high school competition. He said, I don't know how far we'll get. We're a private school. We're going up against a lot of fine arts schools where this is what they do. He said, but I want you guys to just have a different experience and just record and just see where it takes you. He said, we need a singer. I said, okay, I'll try it. And the very first jazz song that I sang was by Duke Ellington, and it was I Got It Bad and That Ain't Good. And that is a very heavy song for a 14-year-old to sing. I don't know what this is about. I don't know how rough love is and how I got it so bad that I didn't know any of that. But I had to learn very quickly how to interpret a lyric, how to draw from other areas of my life, how to draw from other experiences I've had. What can I relate this to? What can I understand that I have this so bad that it's good? It was my first time going into a recording studio as a soloist. It was a very scary experience, but it really opened up my mind to know what my voice could do, to know what my style could be. And we actually made it to the finals of Essentially Ellington, which shocked all of us. We made it to the finals. We got mentors from the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra. We flew to New York. We got mentored by Wynton Marsalis. We made it 2 years in a row. We got third place one of the years. So I actually got to perform on stage, sold out crowd, Avery Fisher Hall, with Wynton Marsalis standing right next to me playing trumpet. As a 15-year-old, that can be a very dramatic experience. It can be a very helpful experience. It can be life-changing, or it cannot. It depends on how it affects you. And for me, it changed my life. Stutz Wimmer asking me if I ever wanted to sing jazz, getting to standing on stage with Wynton Marsalis, performing with him, led me to decide to major in jazz at the University of Miami. which led me to pursuing a much broader music than the classical music. I had grown up practicing on piano. I got a music degree. I got a music business minor because I wanted to understand what was going on around me. I didn't want to be just another singer or just another musician who just listened to what was being told to her and just agreed with it. I wanted to understand. And I started teaching piano, voice, direct choirs for kids. I would volunteer for youth groups and do a cappella groups. It was a beautiful road. It really was. That is how you expand your horizon. That is how you discover who you are as an artist. That is how you discover who you are as a musician or a painter or a sculptor or a dancer. You live your life and your art reflects your life and what you have developed and what you have experienced. And if you don't go through those experiences, then you don't have an art or a story to share with your audience. And I think that that's probably one of the best lessons that I can remember on a daily basis.